Hey guys, welcome to today's little live stream, which will just be a quick one, I think. Would have gone live earlier, but unfortunately in Greece the power has a lot of temperamentality and tends to go off every now and again. So we had a bit of a power cut earlier and my Wi-Fi has just come back on. So in today's little chat, I wanted to talk to you about how to target your ideal audience correctly. Whenever I get new Facebook ads management clients, this is one of the issues they always have, and this is why they come to me. They don't know how to reach out to the correct people correctly, I suppose. So I'm going to talk you through a couple of little tools within your Facebook ads manager that you might not be aware of. So I'm going to build a profile today of a pretend person. So I want to sell, we'll call her Susan. So I would like to sell Susan a fitness training package. Yeah, she lives in Gateshead. She's aged 25 to 35. She has a child under the age of 5 years old, and she also has a gym membership that she never bloody uses. Yes, I bet you could put your hands up and say the same yourself, probably, if you've ever joined a gym chain. Yes. Obviously, if you don't know me, I used to be a personal trainer, so this is why I know everything inside out about the fitness industry. So I want to target Susan with an offer to come and join in my next fitness training package. Okay, so, well, how do I actually reach Susan? So let's talk through targeting, yes? So like I said, Susan lives in the wilds of Gateshead somewhere, yeah? So if I actually put in here Gateshead, I'll just pick on Gateshead because that's where I actually live when I'm in the UK. So Gateshead, as a standard, which you, if you're not familiar with Facebook advertising and not sure about targeting, as a standard, Facebook will give you a set kilometre radius of 40 kilometres. Now, I'm trying to reach Susan who lives in Gateshead, and I also live in Gateshead. If I put a 40-kilometre radius of Gateshead, I'm going to reach the wilds of Northumberland National Park, as you can see on that little circle, Kielder Forest. Ain't nobody going to travel from Kielder Forest to come and train at my fitness facility, yeah? So I want to narrow this down. Unfortunately, Facebook will only let you go down to 17 kilometres, yeah? So again, that is taking me way out of the Gateshead zone, yeah? And if you are based in the northeast, you will know that in between Gateshead and Newcastle, there is a great big bloody river, yeah? So if I'm over in Gateshead, the chances of somebody from Newcastle getting in the car and driving over to Gateshead is probably pretty slim, yeah? Where I live and where I run my fitness stuff when I'm back at home, I actually live about 3 or 4 miles down the river from Newcastle. So the chances of anybody travelling that far to me is pretty slim because they'd have to go in a bit of a 5-mile loop to get to where I live, yeah? So just be aware of things that are in the way of people getting to you, yeah? So obviously that's bringing up a 19-kilometre radius of Gateshead. I don't want to go that far out, but there is a little tool. So if you're on yesterday's live stream, I showed you this briefly, but there's a little tool in Facebook where you can narrow the target area down. So if you don't know it's there, it's not very apparent, you probably don't even know about it. So we have this little, in small writing here, add locations in bulk, yeah? Even though this says in bulk, you can't just put single addresses in to narrow your geographical circle down to 1 kilometre minimum, yeah? So if you've got something very localised and you want to get under that 17 kilometres radius, hop onto that, add locations in bulk. Now we're going to go over to addresses, yeah? So I am going to put an address in Gateshead, obviously, because I want to reach Susan, who lives in the centre of Gateshead, yeah? So I'm going to put in, we'll put in High Street, Gateshead. That should come up. Match locations. Yeah, so that's pulled up, High Street, Gateshead. Add one location. Now, I'm not entirely certain what location of Gateshead Susan actually lives in. Yeah, so I want people who are in a radius of the High Street in Gateshead to come to my fitness facility. Yeah, so for this demonstration, let's pretend I have a fancy fitness facility on Gateshead High Street. Probably not somewhere I would want to open a fitness facility, but let's just pretend. Yeah, so by default, that's give us a 16 kilometre radius. I am going to drag that down to 3 kilometres. Yeah, I would say 3 to 5 kilometres if you've got something quite localised is probably as far out as anyone's going to come. And I'm so hot and sweaty over here in Greece that I can't even drag this button down because I've got sweaty fingertips. Just thought I'd share that with you. There we go. So I can drag that down. I'll set that at 7 kilometres because I'm too sweaty. Sorry about that. So you can get that right down to 1 kilometre. Yeah. So as you can see, this is taking me over the river. Can you see that? So that's going a little bit into Newcastle and part way into Gateshead. So obviously I would want that lower than that 7 kilometre. There we go. I'll hop that down to 1 kilometre. Okay. So as you can see, if I put in 1 kilometre, that is just about taking away the river. Yeah, it's spreading over a tiny touch, which is taking us up to Central Station, which isn't a problem. Yeah, so you might hit people who actually work in Newcastle but live in Gateshead. So if you've got something in the way, so if you're sort of northeast based, if you've got that river in the way and you want to get rid of it, you're just going to have to keep putting addresses in or postal codes to get yourself away from the river. Yeah, so I know the Gateshead area is town centre is a NE8 postcode, I think, or is it NE9? No, NE10. I'll try NE10. Yeah, so NE10 is kind of Felon, Pelo, that sort of area. So I could keep adding to that, and as you can see, that's just pulling up street addresses. Yeah, so that's 2 ways you can narrow your target audience down. So you can put in the street name with a kilometre radius, or you can actually put the postcode in. So NE100 is actually where I live. Yeah, so that's take me in the Pelo area. So if you put in the actual postcode, it's just going to pull up the street addresses within that postcode. Yeah, so if you've got something very highly targeted in a geographic location, you can actually target by the postcode. Yeah, if you don't know the postcode and don't want to go and research them, just put the nearest street address in that you know, yeah, and narrow your target circle down, if that makes sense. Yeah, so the more specific you are about where you're targeting, the better. So that is the geography. Now Susan is somewhere in between the age of 25 and 30. For this little example, so I would narrow that down. I'd take that over to women. Yeah, so that's given me 9,100 women in this target location, which was just 1 kilometre, Gateshead High Street and the Pelo area. Okay, so Susan is already interested in fitness. So we want people to come to this fitness facility that we know are already interested in fitness. We don't have to bribe them to come in. They're not beginners. The people who would be interested in coming along to a new fitness facility with a results-based package because they've lapsed the gym membership and fell off the wagon a little bit. Yeah, so we know Susan is going to be following any pages related to fitness, yeah? So we'll go physical fitness, we'll go Zumba fitness, employers, Zumba fitness classes. She's probably interested in that. She might be interested in aerobics. Yeah. So as you can see, there's lots and lots of interest groups. And she's probably goes to Weight Watchers, maybe. Weight Watchers. Slimming World. She probably buys health and fitness magazines. Yep. She's probably interested in some of the larger fitness related groups, so she might follow that body coach character. He's all the rage, isn't he? Body coach. Yeah, so as you can see, as I keep adding interests to this profile, the numbers are going up and up and up. So what Facebook will be doing now, this will target this ad campaign to anyone who is interested in aerobics, anyone who reads Health and Fitness magazine, anyone who goes to Slimming World, anyone who likes the body coach, anyone who goes to Weight Watchers, anyone interested in fitness, anyone, Zumba fitness, sorry, anyone interested in physical fitness, yeah? So, as we know, Susan, God bless her soul, has got a gym membership which has lapsed, yeah? So, we obviously don't know which gym Susan has been attending, but we would like to narrow this target demographic down to be a bit more specific, yeah? So if I put in here things like DW Fitness, Fitness First, Anytime Fitness, that would be then adding to this interest groups. So it's expanding it, yeah, and making it a bit more generalised. We want to be a bit more specific. So, did I say that correctly? Specific? So we want to narrow this audience down and add gym chains. DW Fitness. Don't call themselves that anymore, do they? I think I used to work there. Oh, it's not even a thing. Well, I never. So we'll go with Fitness First. Yeah, Fitness First. So there's all variations of Fitness First gyms. Pure Gym's a big one up in the north. Pure Gym. We also have Anytime Fitness. Yeah, Anytime Fitness. Who else is big in the north? Gym Group. Gym Group. JD Sports maybe might come up. Yeah, put that in. So as you can see, that's narrowed those numbers down. There were around about 7,000 before. Obviously, it's a small number because I've put a very small target area in. If you've got a larger target area, your numbers are going to be a lot higher than that, yeah? Obviously, where I live in Bilkey, it's quite a very small village, so I've got a very small target area to play with. Okay, so now what this has done, Facebook has said, I'm going to target this ad campaign to anyone who meets, clearly I had too much coffee, anyone who meets these interest groups and one of these, yeah? So these are going to match, yeah? So it's not going to be either or, it's going to be is one of these and one of these, yeah? Does that make sense? So anyone who's interested in anything to do with fitness and is interested in one of these gym chains, yeah? Now, as I said before, we know Susan is a mummy, yeah? You're running some sort of fitness group class which is specific to yummy mummies during the day, yeah? So you know that your target audience has children who are toddlers, basically, yeah? Or are in nursery. So we can find these people. So we're going to go here. So you click on demographics, you click on parents, click on all parents, and this will bring me a massive huge list up. Yeah, so we'll click on we'll go new parents and 3 to 5 year olds. And is there another one? Not sure what happens when you're age 2. There doesn't appear to be a box. Oh, there you are. Parents of toddlers age 1 to 2. They hit the button. Yeah, so now that has given me a very small target range, yeah. But if I up this geographical area, just for demonstration purposes, so you get an idea, yeah, we'll go 25 kilometers. Yeah, so that has narrowed my target audience from probably in the thousands down to 1,500 people, yeah. So this has made my ad campaign very specific to people like Susan. So when you are running your ad campaigns, you can be very specific in your ad copy about who you're talking to, yeah? So if we just targeted anyone who liked fitness in the Northeast, anyone who liked the gym chains in the Northeast, anyone who had children, yeah? That is going to be a very generalised campaign that will go to those people. This campaign, however, is going to go to people who are interested in fitness training or anything to do with fitness, Weight Watchers, Slimming World. They have an interest in gyms, so they probably had a gym membership at some time in their life and it's probably lapsed. Yeah, and we also know that this person has children under the age of 5. Okay, so this way you're narrowing right down and reaching out specifically to your ideal client. So in your ad copy, you could be very specific about this training program and saying to Susan that you have a training program dedicated to people who have lapsed gym memberships and have given up on fitness because they have children. Yeah, and you will be talking to them about getting back into fitness after having a baby or not having had the time while your baby has been first born, yeah, and you might have sort of a toddler who's now in childcare or as in nursery, yeah. So you will be very specific in the way that you word that ad campaign. So you are going to be saying, Susan, here I am, I've got a new fitness facility on Gateshead High Street, it's around the corner from your house, it's within walking distance, I've got a creche facility where you can drop the kid off, and you can come and train in this facility, yeah? So you're being very specific to Susan's needs. Yep. So the more specific your ad campaign is, the more chance you have of your ad campaign converting, okay? So I'll go through that again. So you go in, you put in, obviously, your geographical location. If you want to narrow it under that 17 kilometre, add locations in bulk and put in a street address with your geographical circle on, and just be aware of geography around the area if there's anything stopping people to actually get to you from certain locations. Put in what sex it is. If you've got, especially with fitness, yeah, if you were running a mixed ability group or a mixed sex group, sorry, not mixed ability, so men and women, you would still be talking separately to the man as you would to the woman. I would use different language to speak to a man about fitness as I would to a woman, yeah? And like I said before, my sort of speciality is fitness marketing. Obviously, I do other businesses these days and have evolved a lot, but my core client base is still fitness because I've got that massive 10-year experience in the fitness industry running my own fitness company. So I can run fitness campaigns without even thinking about it. Yeah. So I would definitely be speaking to men differently to women. So if it was fitness, you'll be saying things like get ripped, get a 6-pack, get hench, or whatever the latest lingo is. If I was talking to a woman, I would not be talking in those terms to a woman because they would not attract a woman to come and work with you. Yeah. So just be aware of that. If you've got men and women that you want to target them, do them as separate ad campaigns and word them slightly differently. Okay, it's all about testing your content. I'm a big fan of testing. Okay, so then you will go down, put your base interest groups in. Okay, obviously I could put thousands more which are fitness related, because there's a bazillion fitness related interest groups out there. Yeah, so you'll be looking at fitness magazines, fitness clothing brands, fitness brands like Zumba, Club Size, Beachbody, MetaFit, all this sort of stuff. Whatever the latest buzzword is in fitness, there'll be an interest group. Then you go and click on the narrow audience button, put in something a bit more specific that relates to that person. This will work with any product, any brand, any person that you're trying to reach. Yeah, you could put, if you had competitors, for instance. So say you sold fizzy pop, you could be targeting people who are interested in Coca-Cola, bar. Is bar still a thing in the Northeast? Bar lemonade. Yeah, so you would be putting in interest groups related to your own brand. Yeah, so think about what other brands your target audience are purchasing. Yeah, so put that in there. Then you will put in some sort of demographic. Yeah, so are the children, are they single, are they away from home, are they married, are they divorced, do they own a car, are they house owners? Yeah, so the more specific you make this, the better. Yeah, so you can just keep on narrowing, branching this down till you reach out to your ideal target. Yeah, I can't even speak today. I do discuss this in much more depth on my Facebook mastermind program. I've got a new program starting on Wednesday, and I do have a 50% off discount code if anyone wants to sign up for the program. That's an 8-week course where you learn and do as you're going along. Yeah, so you're kind of learning as you are doing things that are set. So I will tell you, week 1 we'll talk about Facebook tracking pixels. I will then set you the homework and say, please go and create your Facebook tracking pixel, upload it onto your website, and report back to me that you've actually done it. Yeah, so it's very interactive. Every week you get set some tasks. Yeah, so that's an 8-week course. Again, if you want to sign up, there's a 50% discount offer on. And I also have, which I've only got 6 spaces on, and I've already had 2 been taken, I've actually got a half price offer on Facebook ads management. So how that will work, this is a trial offer for you to test the waters to see if you want to work with me long term. Yeah, so rather than charging you an extortionate fee, I'm going to charge you £350 setup fee. I will set all of your ad campaigns up for you. I'll review your sales funnels. I'll work very closely with you for the next 30 days to get your ad campaigns converting. Once that 30 days has expired, you have 2 choices. You can then pay me a monthly admin fee or a percentage on sales. Or you can say, Claire, thanks for all of your help. I'm absolutely totally clued up now on how Facebook advertising works, and I'm quite happy to run these campaigns ongoing on my own. Yeah, so there's only 6 spaces left. Like, not 6 spaces, 6 spaces in total. Really having trouble with my words today. 6 spaces in total. 2 have already been taken, so I've only got 4 spaces left. First come, first served, basically. So first person to book in and pay gets their ad campaign set up first. Yeah, so if you've got any new programs, any product launches, anything you want to get out of the world within the next week or so, now would be a good time to jump on board, and I'll get everything set up for you. Like I said, space is restricted to the next 4 sign-ups. Okay, I will probably be back at some point tomorrow with another live stream on some topic that I decide on. Hope this has been helpful. If you've got any questions, just pop them into the live stream, and I'm quite happy to answer any questions for you. Hope you've enjoyed that one, and I shall speak to you soon.